Hello students, 6th graders, this is for you guys, and I'm using second hour here as an example, as you can see on my screen. What you're going to do is you're coming in today, you're going to obviously see that there's a guest teacher, and what I want you to do is hopefully you are in the Google Classroom and you came down to this section where it says guest teacher. When you're in the guest teacher section, what I want you to do is I want you to open it, and in the guest teacher section you're going to see that video, and you're obviously watching it right now. So once you are done watching this video, it's going to direct you into opening this, and this is your detailed explanation of the directions I want you to do. But I want to cover it with you first because I think some of you guys have not seen this before. So you're going to be writing an informative essay. Okay? Now, an informative essay basically gives the reader steps on how to do something. So I gave an example to some of the classes on how would you write steps on how to tie your shoes. So if you were going to give someone steps on how to tie their shoes, you might start off with number 1, put the shoe on. Number 2, pull your laces tight and then cross your laces. And then from there, you know the steps on how to tie the shoe, but you're going to break it down until they actually have the laces completely tied. So in our assignment, your task is to welcome a new student to computer class. With welcoming them, I'd like you to discuss the areas we covered in computers. Those areas are typing, docs, and slides. You may also talk about Tinkercad. It's entirely up to you. By using the skills we have mastered, I would like you to write an informative essay. So you're going to give them an explanation. You're going to tell them how to do some of the items that you choose. So with this in mind, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to basically tell them, maybe if you choose docs, you're going to teach them how to use the cut, the copy, and maybe you're going to also teach them edit and thesaurus and some of the add-ons like we did with the dictionary, and you're going to show them how to do that. It's very important that you use the word cut, copy, add-ons, and thesaurus when you're doing your paper so that you can use those as a means of showing me you know your vocabulary. When doing such things as looking at Google Sheets, you're going to maybe look at the word merge, formulas, or making a chart. When looking at things such as Google Slides, maybe you're going to talk about backgrounds, you're going to talk about items such as inserting a picture or inserting a link like I told you to or showed you in our videos. The body should be about 3 paragraphs. So if you wanted to have one paragraph be about a couple items in typing, then you could do that. You could do one paragraph on docs. You could do that. So that would be 2 paragraphs. And then you could do a 3rd paragraph on sheets. The conclusion is going to be where you restate some of the suggestions. So you could say, keep in mind if you're ever using Google Docs and you want to copy something, you would do this, this, and that. Keep in mind if you ever want to paste it in Google Docs, you would do this. If you have any problems, refer back to the top of this paper. That would be how you would end your conclusion. So let's look right here on how to start it, because that might be the big question. How do I start this? You could start this by saying, hi, my name is Mr. Keegan, and I would like to welcome you to Makatawa Bay Middle School. Today, we are going to look at, I'm going to do typing. I'm going to look at a little bit of Docs. I'll say Google Docs. And Google Sheets. It is important and sign into the computers first. So you want to make sure that they're into the computers. There's your introduction, guys. Now, I would rather have you guys not copy this if you wanted to change this around and say something like, and personalize it a little bit more. Hi, my name is, and then you put your name in. What is your name? Or you could say, hi, Bob. Welcome to Makatawa Bay Middle School. My name is, and then you could do the rest. The body. This is where you're going to talk about those individual items that you mentioned here. So, how do you get into typing? How do you get into typing.com? What do you do? What is it for? All of these would be the building of your paragraph. The next one might be Google Docs. Talk about the functions. What are functions? Let's say a function is copy, paste, and I'm going to go up here and still it, the thesaurus. Add-ons, tables, and you're going to talk to them on how to do those. The last one maybe you'd look at, and these are entirely up to you, maybe you do Google Sheets. What would you cover in Google Sheets? You could cover cells, cell sizing, like we did with our drawing. How to do that. You could talk about how to use formulas and why we do. You can talk about pasting again and copying. You could talk about drag down. When you drag the numbers down and they automatically start putting in, or it's called autofill. talk about fill. There are so many things that you can cover inside of Google Sheets. And then lastly, you have your conclusion. In your conclusion, you mention a wrap-up of these. Pick out 2 items from each.